This course is presented to you free of charge by TTJ Tech Services of www.ttjtech.biz and by Stir It Up of www.stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U, not an I, so that's STURITUP.com. TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up are pleased to offer this course to you to the glory of God and to the benefit of all those who listen. Praise God, and welcome to our Experience Lab Wednesday session for Voiceover In and Out. I want to remind you that we had said we would do the sort of food discussion today of finding recipes and ordering food and things of that nature. Now, this to some extent will require the use of third-party apps because obviously some of this is going beyond the built-in apps now. And so when we discuss third-party apps, we understand that not everybody may choose to download these third-party apps, especially if they are paid apps. And that is entirely up to you. It's not a requirement for this course. We're not forcing you to purchase anything. But when we recommend an app or when we demonstrate an app, it's because we really believe it does a fantastic job at what it's designed to do. And we really think it'll enhance your life if you do choose to use it. Now, one of the apps today that we will be talking about is a free app, and that's DoorDash. But of course, you'd have to pay if you wanted to actually order food. Another one is Uber Eats, same deal there. We do have a recipe app. It is one we've mentioned a few times, but never demonstrated, and it's called Amber, but it's spelled A-M-B-R-E. That's because really it's supposed to be hambre, the Spanish word for hungry. But you have to say Amber if you intend to use it with Siri, because that's how Siri says it. So I just do that. What else? Oh, we're also going to spend some time in Safari. And of course, Safari is the web browser. So that's already available to everybody. No extra apps to get there. And so we're going to be taking a look at finding recipes, but also using Safari in a broader sense to just navigate around and do some different things. So we've already spent a little time there in a couple different sessions, but we want to show you some other useful features in Safari and so on as well. All right, so that's our Experience Lab. We're going to be doing some demos. We're going to be giving you a chance to do some demos. And remember, this is the idea today of finding those recipes that we like, finding food that we want to order.
Safari.
There's Safari.
Double tap to open.
All right, we're going to go into Safari because we want to do some searching for some recipes.
Safari. YouTube link. Web page loaded. Skip to content. In-page link. Swipe up or down.
Now, you heard it say in-page link. That's a link on the same web page. Where is it here right now? Well, it's on the last page that I had open. So that's what Safari does. When you open a new Safari tab or a new Safari window, it is a blank Apple start page with, it's not really blank because it has access to some of your favorites, your reading list, your privacy report, and these are all useful things. But if you have a website already open when you got out of Safari, that's what's going to come back the next time you open Safari. The address bar is down at the center of the bottom of the screen here.
Address, cordcuttersnews.com, secure, text field. Double tap to edit, swipe up or down.
And we heard Cord Cutters News. I frequently visit Cord Cutters News just to check out what is going on in the world of streaming services. I actually don't qualify as a cord cutter. I'm a very happy Comcast customer, praise God, although I do use the Apple TV quite frequently. Excuse me. But the reality of it is Cord Cutters News website does an excellent job of keeping you in the loop on sort of what's going on with all the streaming services and even some of the cable services and other things as well. So I visit that site frequently, along with Mac Rumors. If we want to go there, I just double tap on this address bar.
Address text field is editing. https://
And you remember what? Hang on just 1 second, folks. You want to watch what? Something on the TV. Okay. So, you remember that when we do go into the address field, it automatically has the text selected already. So I'm going to go ahead and type in there. Just give me 1 second here. Let's type Mac Rumors here. We'll just type an M.
Selection to Mac A.
And you already heard it. It's already got Mac Rumors. Where is that? It's sort of up at the top of the screen here. If I were to touch the, not really the top, but upper middle of the screen.
Google suggestions, heading.
And I'm swiping left.
Selected Mac Rumors, Apple News and Rumors.
And it's already preloading that, so I can just double tap.
Privacy, link.
Now, we're on the Mac Rumors page.
Address, macrumors.com, secure, text field.
Okay.
Double tap to edit.
Now, one of the greatest ways to navigate websites is by heading, if those are available, and they do happen to be available on Mac Rumors. So I will touch the middle of the web of the screen here, and I'll make sure that my rotor is set to headings.
Edit. Vert button form link headings.
And we can touch the
36 headings.
And see, it even tells you, if you wait long enough, it tells you how many headings or how many links.
Links. 436 links. Form controls. 11 form controls.
Okay, so we're going to go over to headings.
Link headings. 36 headings.
Now, touch the top left.
Black Friday is Mitchell Broussard. Link.
And we didn't quite get to the top there. So I'm going to touch the status bar.
2:42 p.m.
And I'm going to double tap.
Page 1 of 30.
Now that scrolls.
1 of 30.
That scrolls us to the top. So now I'll touch the top left.
2. Mac Rumors visited. Link. Image.
Now I should still.
More content. Edit. Vert button form link headings.
Use headings to navigate.
Heading. The best early Black Friday Apple Watch deals. Heading level 2. Link. Make best Apple Watch deals. Heading level 2. Best Black Friday deals. Heading level 2. Resident Evil 4 coming to iPhone, iPad, and Mac on December 20th. Heading level 2. Link.
And these are links to these articles, although the way Mac Rumors is set up, you really don't even have to click on the link. You can just swipe to the right and read these.
Wednesday, November 8th, by Julie Clover. The 2023 remake of popular game Resident Evil 4 is set to be available on the iPhone, link, iPad, and Mac. Updated its website, link.
Now, if I did open this with the actual link.
Resident Evil 4 coming to iPhone, iPad, and Mac on December 20th. Heading level 2, link. Web page loaded. Skip to content. In page link.
Now, what that's done is taken me to the actual article page where I might find a reader view. Let's take a look.
Address, page settings, collapse, activate, default.
Page settings, just to the left of the address bar.
Manage extensions, button. Manage privacy report, website settings, request desktop website, hide toolbar, listen to page, button, show reader, button, page scale, 100 page settings, address.
Okay.
Show reader, button.
If I choose show reader.
Resident Evil 4 coming to iPhone.
What this does is it gives me a special reader mode. That strips away all the unnecessary content, all the extra links, all the ads, everything else. And what you're left with is just a beautiful representation of the actual article here. So now if I touch the top left.
Resident Evil 4 coming to iPhone, iPad, and Mac on December 20th. Heading level 1.
And I swipe right.
Julie Clover. Wednesday, November. The 2023 remake of popular game Resident Evil 4.
See, there's nothing else there, just the text. and I can do a 2-finger swipe down to read the whole thing.
The 2023 remake of popular game Resident Evil 4 is set to be available on the iPhone, link, iPad, link, and Mac on Wednesday, December 20th. Capcom updated its website, link, with the launch date this week.
Another thing you have with reader mode is the ability to listen to the page, and that's even if you're not a voiceover user.
Address selected, page settings, button, website settings, text size selected, page settings, hide reader, listen to page, button. Resident Evil 4 coming to iPhone, iPad, and Mac on December 20th. Julie Clover. Wednesday, November 8th, 2023, 9:58 a.m. PST. The 2023 remake of popular game Resident Evil 4 is set to be available on the iPhone, iPad, and Mac on Wednesday, December 20th. Capcom updated its website with the launch date this week. Resident Evil 4 is one of the console games that can be played on the iPhone 15 Pro models with A17 Pro chip. The A17 Pro chip features hardware-accelerated ray tracing and improved GPU capabilities that make console quality gaming possible.
This is sort of the
title will be playable on the iPhone 15
Siri
Pro,
voice,
the iPhone 15
and
Pro Max,
it will
iPads
also
that are
read
equipped with an M1
these
or
pages
later,
for
and
you.
all Apple Silicon Macs.
And
Capcom plans to charge
it should be just about done, or I can browse away from it. And of course, remember, we can hide the reader mode whenever we're done with that as well. So it's always nice to check if you're reading articles and things of that nature, whether there is a reader mode. Now, sometimes we're talking about recipes today. Sometimes that'll work with recipes, but sometimes it won't, because sometimes it will take something out of the recipe that's actually needed. So you may have to do a little exploration, but we're going to go ahead and hide the reader mode here. On the bottom of the screen is our page settings, just to the left of the address bar.
And Capcom says that there will be a demo available for those who want to try the game out before buying. Selected, page settings, website settings, night, font, resume, hide reader, night, button.
Listen to that.
Gray, button, sepia, button, selected, white, button.
We can change the font since we're in reader mode.
Not font, button, resume listening.
We can resume listening.
Hide reader.
Hide reader, that's what we want to do.
Skip to content, in page link, open menu, pop-up button, Mac rumors forums, link, button. Apple Black Friday, link, list start.
See, so now you have the whole page again, not just the reader mode. All right, let's go ahead and let's do a search for some kind of recipe here. Well, Thanksgiving's coming up, so let's just do best Thanksgiving recipes. Let's see if we get some
address, Mac rumors, the address.
Inspiration. Now, I have told you before that the text is already selected when you go into the address bar. If you're ever unsure, you can swipe to the right.
Voice search, button, clear text, dimmed.
Now we just cleared the text anyway. Remember, this is not just an address bar, it's also a search bar. So we could type something like best Thanksgiving recipes.
A-S space, bats, A-A-K-S, I-P-S. Web page loaded. Google.
Now I actually pressed the return, which is the search button. I wouldn't have had to. I could have gotten some search results right away. Let's go back in and show you that.
Address. Best thing. Address. Go. Selection deleted.
I deleted it. I'll do it again because I want to. Now, without pressing the search button,
Google suggestions heading best Thanksgiving recipes. Best Thanksgiving recipes 2023. Arrow down backward circle. Best Thanksgiving recipes of all time. Arrow best Thanksgiving recipes Reddit.
See, so it has other suggestions, or you can just hit the
go
return. It says go.
Google link web dialog. Sign in to Google. Access sign in. Stay signed out.
Okay. Now we have our list of search results organized by heading. So
Google link more content. Action. More. Edit. Verb. Full headings. Filters and topics. Heading level 1.
Now I'm just
navigation. Landmark.
swiping down with one finger.
Search results. Heading level 1. 67 best Thanksgiving recipes for 2023. Vertical line Bon Appetit. Heading level 3. Link.
And if I swipe to the right.
About this result. Button. Boz Best Green Bean Casserole. Link. Rated 4.8 out of 5. Link. 189. Ultra creamy mashed potatoes. Link. Rated 4.6 out of 5. Link. Image. 90. Link. Web results. Heading level 2.
And then we're into another set of headings here.
Our 71 best Thanksgiving recipes of all time. Heading level 3. Link. About this result. October 12th, 2023. Our 71 best Thanksgiving recipes of all time. Middle dot. Roasted herb turkey and gravy. Middle dot. Turkey gravy. Middle dot. Buttermilk spoon bread. Middle dot. Sweet and tangy roasted. Ellipsis.
And of course, the ellipsis means there's more there. Or I can keep swiping up and down with one finger to get other headings.
Web results.
For other search results.
31 recipes for a gloriously extra, next level Thanksgiving. Popular recipes. Heading people also ask. Thanksgiving recipes. All recipes. Heading.
So let's go back to one of these.
31 web results. Our 71 best Thanksgiving recipes of all time. Heading level 3. Link.
Double tap on that.
Southern Living. Skip to content. In page link banner. Landmark.
Now I'm just going to assume this is set up by heading. So
our 71 best Thanksgiving recipes of all time. Heading level 1. Roasted herb turkey and gravy. Heading level 2. Link. Turkey gravy. Heading level 2. Link. Buttermilk spoon bread. Sweet and tangy roasted pumpkin salad. Heading roasted turkey breast. Spiced cranberry mold. Heading herby pecan cornbread dressing. Utterly deadly southern pecan pie. Parker House rolls. Head oven roasted root vegetables with spicy pecan topping. Granny Smith apple pie. Head fluffy corn pudding. Heading sorghum pecan monkey bread muffins. Freed Arkansas black apples. Head mini cranberry cheesecake pies. Collard greens with garlic and cibbets. Head deep fried turkey with Creole spices.
Now all I'm doing is using my rotor. I'm going by heading. And this does have these nicely organized by heading. Not every website is quite as easy, in which case you may need to swipe left and right a little bit and do some detective work. But any of these that I want to read, I assume if I swipe right.
Deep fried turkey with Creole spices. Image. Photo. Deep fried turkey with Creole spices.
See if we can get a description.
Image. More content available. A cooked chicken on a tray next to a pair of scissors.
Well, it's probably a cooked turkey, not a cooked chicken, but.
Photo. Anthony Zakilios. Prop styling. Kathleen Varner. Food styling. Emily Neighbors Hall. Dare to do a deep fried? This is the only recipe you will ever need for a deep fried turkey.
Now,
full of Creole seasonings, this turkey is a winner. Winner turkey dinner.
I would say that any of these we want to actually see the recipe for, we'll have to double tap on it. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and bookmark this page so I can always easily come back to it. So at the bottom of my screen is the toolbar.
Toolbar. Share. Show bookmarks. Button.
Now, you can go to share, and in the share menu or the share sheet is a choice to add the page to the favorites or bookmarks. But there's also another way that I'm going to show you. Before I can show you, I have to deal with this modal that popped up wanting me to subscribe here.
Entertain in style with our best hosting tips in your inbox with our What's Cooking, best of your email, text feed, button. Submit modal form. Close modal, button. Close modal. Submit modal. Close modal.
All right, because we don't want that right now. And now we're back. Yeah, we're back. So let's go down to the bottom again. And as I said, you can do it from the share menu, but also if you long press on show bookmarks.
Show bookmarks, button. Actions available. Add bookmark, button.
You get the option to add bookmarks right there. And here.
Add to reading list, button. Dismiss context menu, button.
So we're going to add bookmark.
Add bookmark. Cancel text field is editing. Our 71 best Thanksgiving recipes of all time. Insertion point at end.
That's the title. We can change it if we want.
Clear text. HTTPS: location. Favorites.
And it's going into favorites. So we're just going to hit add at the top right.
Save button.
Or save. I apologize. Save.
Cancel button.
Okay.
To contend.
Now, if I want to choose one of these,
Our set roasted turkey gravy, buttermilk spoon bread, heading sweet and tangy roasted pumpkin salad, heading level 2, link, roasted turkey breast, heading spiced cranberry mold, heading level 2, link.
I just double tap.
Skip to content, in page link banner, landmark. Spiced cranberry mold, heading image, image, image. A red star against a white background. Image. A red star against a white background. Image. 4.0. 1 review. It might be polarizing, but you must admit that it wouldn't be Thanksgiving without Grandma's cut glass dish of shimmering cranberry sauce on the dinner table. Whether it is treated as a holiday side dish, link, or part of the relish tray, link. For many people, cranberry sauce is the sweet tart crowning touch on top of the turkey and cornbread dressing, link. Ingredients: 2 cups fresh or unthawed frozen cranberries from 1.
So I went down to the next heading to see the actual recipe. Now, what I think I better do, if I'm going to be getting a lot of recipes, is that I ought to create a new tab group just for recipes. So let's go down to the bottom here and go to tabs.
To show book tabs, button, tabs, spiced cranberry mold, tab, 1 of 1, spiced private, tab group 1 of 5, button, 1 tab group 2 of 5, button, Disney trip, tab group 3 of 5, new tab, button, tab groups, button.
So these are some of the tab groups that I've already created. We're going to go to tab groups here.
Edit button.
We can edit them.
Edit tab groups. Heading done button. Selected 1 tab checked button.
Right now we're just in the generic, just default tab group, and it has 1 tab open right now. But if I go to the right,
Disney trip button.
I have a tab group called Disney Trip, which had multiple websites in it that related to going to Disney World when our family went there this summer.
Tech check button.
Tech check. That's some tech websites that I have.
Lincoln trip button.
That was another trip I was taking.
Private button.
The private tab group, where anything in that group is automatically discarded once you close it. It's not kept in the history.
New empty tab group button.
New empty tab group.
New tab group with 1 tab button.
New tab group with 1 tab. That's what we want, because we want to add this empty this cranberry recipe to that. So
new tab group with 1 tab. But alert. New tab group. This will create a new tab group from opening double quotation mark southernliving.com. Text field is editing. Insertion point at start. Use the
we're gonna just call it recipes.
Cap RECIPES. Return. Spiced cranberry mold tab. Spiced recipes. Spiced start page. Recipes. Tab group 3 of 6 button. Disney trip. Tab group 4 of 6 button.
And if I switch to one of these other tab groups, I'm immediately taken. Look here. I just did the Disney trip.
Start page. Tab 1 of 4. Dictate. Search tab. Start page. Start Disney WDW Prep School. The Pit Theater. Recipes. Tab WDW Prep School. Oddly specific Disney parks and related planning. Tab.
So
tag check.
Then
new tab group done.
We can hit done, but I actually want
new tab check. Disney trip recipes. Tab group. Web page loaded.
I want to go back to that one and then hit
Disney new tab groups button done button
done.
Toolbar vertical scroll bar 50.
So now if I go to another website, like let's say we want best stuffing recipes.
Address Southern Lit address V BEST S U R U F I N G E E T E R P E.
Now best stuffing recipe.
Web page loaded. Google link. Explore image. Text lines. Buttons. Headings. People. Web results. 85 Thanksgiving stuffing recipes that are full of flavor. Heading level. 85 thanks. Go to home page. Link. Image. Thanksgiving. 85 Thanksgiving stuffing recipes that are full of flavor. Heading level 1. By Food Network Kitchen. Link.
All right, that's a good one.
Our best Thanksgiving stuffing and dressing ideas. Herb and apple stuffing. Pineapple stuffing. Air fryer sausage stuffing. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnut and pancetta. Heading level 2. Herb stuffing with dried fruit. Sage dressing. Heading level. Cast iron oyster and cornbread stuffing. Related pages. Heading.
And then there must be.
Get the recipe. Growing up in the mid-Atlantic region, my family has always included oysters as a big part. Cast iron oyster, sage dressing, earthy wild mushrooms, as well as dried sage and thyme, give Bobby's dressing a deep, rustic flavor. Sage, herb stuffing with dried fruit. Heading. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts. For Gaia's Italian-style Thanksgiving, she makes stuffing with rustic ciabatta bread mixed with sautéed vegetables and salty pancetta. The earthy chestnuts and savory Parmesan cheese make the dish extra special. Calendar.
And I just got a notification. We'll just dismiss that.
Dismiss.
And now.
Photo. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts and forgot. Get the recipe. Link. Go to home page. Link.
So we're going to get that recipe.
Home.
And what we'll do is we'll.
Image. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts and pancetta. Rated 4.8 of 5 stars. Link. 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 Link.
All right.
258 reviews. Ingredients. Deselect all. 6 tablespoons. 3/4 stick butter. 8 ounces pancetta, cut into 1/2 large onions, finely chopped. 2 carrots. 3 celery stalks. 2 tablespoons chopped fresh rosemary leaves. 3 garlic cloves. 2 7.4-ounce jars roasted peeled whole chestnuts, coarsely broken. 1/4 cup chopped fresh Italian parsley leaves. 1 pound day-old ciabatta bread. 2/3 cup freshly grated Parmesan. 1 cup or more canned low-salt chicken broth.
Yeah, this sounds like it'd be pretty good. So what we'll do is we'll go down here now.
Toolbar, share, show bookmarks, tabs, button, done, button, done, button, done. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts and pancetta recipe vertical line jotted to Laurentius vertical line close, activate, default, 85 best stuff dictate, 80 start page, ciabatta.
And we're already in the correct tab group. You see, we've already put this in the recipes tab group because that's where we already were. So a tab group is just a group of websites, and we already are in that tab group, so we don't have to move it to another tab group. Now, if you let's see, recipes
tab group 3 of 6
has okay, and then so let's do this.
Copy.
Let's long press on it and see what these options are.
Copy. Add bookmarks for 2 tabs. Button. Pin tab. Button. Move to tab group. Button.
So if I wanted to move it to a different tab group, if it's not in the right tab group, that's where that is. We'll see what the options are.
New tab group. Start page.
To a new tab group, to the general tab group.
Selected. Recipes. Disney trip.
You heard recipes is selected. That's where we want it.
Tag check. Lincoln trip. Dismiss context menu.
And dismiss context menu. We're going to leave it alone. Now, the other thing I have here, because I have this recipes tab group selected, listen to this.
Toolbar. Share. Button.
I can share an entire tab group. Now, I can't do this with the generic tab group, but I can with ones that I create. And
share.
If I go into share.
Recipes. Person.2.fill. Collaboration.
It's going to collaborate.
Close button. Carson Vol.
And I can pick a person to collaborate with, or messages, mail, whatever. We'll close it.
Close button.
Now, why would anyone want to do that? Well, let's suppose, just to stay with this recipe example, that we are working together on the Thanksgiving meal. We got family, we got kids, parents, grandparents, all cooking the meal together. Why wouldn't we want to share this collaboratively? So we can actually create a collaborative tab group here. We can share this with family and friends. We can all be viewing it together. If one person adds something to it, everybody sees it. We can start a FaceTime call and show this while we're doing that, and we can work together, and it's really, really cool. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down to the bottom here because I want to actually bring this recipe into my recipe.
Tab groups button.
And I think there's a couple ways
done button
to do that.
To large address foodnetwork.com.
We're going to choose share.
Toolbar show bookmarks tabs button.
Now we're not choosing the share option that was in the tabs menu, but rather just the Safari share button.
Share button. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnut. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts and pancetta. Cap C. Foodnetwork.com.
And
Options button.
there's an option button there, which lets us choose how we share this page.
Options. Heading. Done. Send as. Heading. Selected. Automatic. PDF. Web archive. Automatic will pick the most suitable format for each app or action.
Okay.
Send as. Done.
So we're going to leave that alone. But let's go here and see if Amber is a choice.
Messages. Mail. Amber. Button.
So I should just be able to share this with Amber without even having to do anything else. Let's just open it and see.
Carrot. Close. Button. Ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts and pancetta. Heading. Heading not image. A dish made of potatoes, onions, and other food items in a bowl. Save to my recipes. Button. Duration.
Okay, we'll just hit save to my recipes.
Save to Amber. My recipes. Back button.
Now I'm in that recipe. I'll go back.
My recipe. Actions. Button.
And this is my recipe app. It's fully integrated with iCloud, collaboration, integrated with Siri, with the dynamic island, with live activities. This is such a powerful app. There's an Apple TV app for it. It works with the HomePod through shortcuts, so I can be cooking using the HomePod to get the instructions. It is just a really, really awesome app. Best recipe app I've ever used. And if I look in my list of recipes now,
beef cannon, best pet, black bean, blue cheese, Boilermaker, breakfast pop, buffalo chicken dip, Chicago style pizza, chicken and rice, chicken tortilla soup, chocolate chip, chorizo cake, ciabatta stuffing with chestnuts and pancetta, 30 minutes.
There it is. There it is. We just added it and it shows it there. So that worked. Okay. Now that's how easy it is to bring the recipes into the app that you, in this case, the Amber app, because it supports that recipe import feature. I also could do it from the recipe app itself. It has a lot of ways to add recipes. Let's just take a look at this.
Add recipe button. Scan cookbook button.
So we could actually scan a printed page.
Scan from URL button.
From URL, we could paste it in there.
Generate by voice button.
Generate by voice. I could actually speak the recipe and it would add it to my list of recipes.
Compose manually button.
I can type the recipe manually.
Import paprika files button.
And I can import a file, which I actually can do in another way too.
Dismiss context menu button.
So there's quite a few ways to actually do this. And then
chorizo quesadillas, 25 minutes button.
If I pick one of these,
image, a group of tacos on a plate next to a plate of cookies and a bowl of soup. Share button. Chorizo quesadillas, my recipes, my duration. Difficulty, yield, language, step, rosette, person, character, bulb, 25 minutes, hyphen, 4 servings, English. Start cooking button. Selected, original button. Metric, imperial, ingredients. Carrot.
All right, now at the top here.
My recipe, chorizo quesadillas button. Share button.
I think
duration. Share. My
Let me
recipe.
see something.
Chorizo quesadillas. Share button. Add to gallery. Invite button. Export but pen button. Show HUD button.
We'll show the HUD. That's the way we can use.
Activate to dismiss pop-up window button. Ingredients button. Voice button. Step 1 of 2. Heading. Close button. Preheat a non-stick skillet or griddle pan to high heat. Blister a flour tortilla for 20 seconds. Flip.
And I think I can use our favorite personal assistant here, and I can say, Amber, next instruction.
There's no recipe active.
Okay, what do I have to do here? I missed some step. Hold on.
Messages. 2 unread. App switcher. Amber. Active. Ingredient. Voice. Button. Step 1 of 2.
Do I have to hit voice?
Voice.
Preheat a non-stick skillet or griddle pan to high heat.
I wonder.
A flour tortilla for 20 seconds. Flip. Cover half the tortilla surface with shredded cheese.
I wonder if I had to hit start cooking first. Let me. Oh, here it is. Here.
Start 20 is
no, that's got the timers. But I think I may have had to hit start cooking first.
Image, duration, difficulty, blank, stopwatch, rosette, chair, 20, hyphen, force, English, start cooking, button, stop cooking.
Now.
Image. Duration. Chorizo. Share. My recipe. Chorizo cake. Share. Add. Invite. Big pen. Show HUD. Button. Activate to dismiss pop-up window. Ingredients. Button.
Okay, that should work. Amber, next instruction.
Preheat a nonstick skillet or griddle pan to high heat. Blister a flour tortilla for 20 seconds. Flip.
Amber, next instruction.
For salsa, combine ingredients in a small bowl and spoon over wedges of quesadilla as you snack. Recipe is now finished. Enjoy your meal.
Now, the way that the instructions go, that's dependent upon the recipe itself. So a lot of them would have more steps than that. This one, it's just the way the recipe was written. But if we picked a different recipe, it would actually, give you the proper individual steps. And the other thing that would happen is that you'd have the recipe up in your dynamic island, and you could easily access the recipe up there, even if you leave the app. You could access it on the home screen. So let me just show you one more here where that will work, because it's got a lot of steps. This is like a hot dog dish, and we'll say start cooking this thing, and then we'll have to say show HUD because I want to see the thing. Okay, I've said start cooking, and I can say show HUD.
Button. Delete. Duplicate. Dismiss. Edit. Rename. Schedule. Reset. Show HUD. Reset progress. Button. Reset progress. Placeholder. Share. Button. Hot dogs and tomato. Share. Add. Invite. Export. Pen. Show HUD. Button. Activate to dismiss pop-up window.
Now, there is a recipe instruction, I think, that SIRI will use where you say where it reads the ingredients to you automatically, but I don't know if I remember the phrase. Amber, ingredients.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Nope, that wasn't right. That's what I was afraid of. Amber, show ingredients.
1 pound hot dogs, any brand, 2 medium onions, 2 TBSP vegetable oil, 2 10-12 OZ cans plain tomato sauce, salt and pepper to taste. Water is needed.
Amber, next instruction.
Heat oil in a 10 to 12 inch frying pan until well heated, not searing.
Amber, next instruction.
Cut hot dogs into coin-shaped pieces.
Now, if I leave the app, you'll see in the dynamic island.
3:12 p.m. Status bar item. Cooking complications simple. 2 of 10. Home dash. Cooking.
And there it is. That's the recipe. And we can just double tap to see it. It's also on my lock screen. So let's lock the phone.
Third, leave on time-sensitive notifications from calendar.
Oh.
Leave on.
Let's take care of that. Leave on.
Up. Leave on. Leave on.
And
calendar. Leave on time-sensitive. Leave on. But leave on. Calendar.
Now I should have my.
Leave on.
Let's see.
Calendar. Weather.
That's
calendar. Tomorrow.
That calendar.
Flashlight. Do calendar. Activate to expand. But show notification clock. Show notification back clock. Activate calendar. Notification set clear. While and do not disturb. Finity. News and mail. XFI news. XFI news. Flashlight. Cat. Yolang. Nest.
These are a bunch of notifications that I really should clear during this Zoom meeting while we have clear all notifications. Okay. Now I should see my recipe here.
Activate to expect screenshot. Do you want to continue to allow live activities from Amber?
Yes, I do.
Don't allow. Always allow. Button. Always allow.
Okay.
No older notification. Start 20s timer. Start 30s timer. Preheat a nonstick skillet or griddle pan to high heat.
See, it's right on my lock screen. Right on my lock screen. And I have these timers that I can expand. Here's a
Start 20s timer.
20.
Do not just start 20s timer. Start 20s top. Show notifications. Cut hot dogs into coin-shaped pieces. Swipe up or do not disconnect. Button. Previous. Next. Next. Thinly slice the onions. Do not chop them. Next, but next, add the onions to the pan and saute them until slightly tender.
See, this is all on my lock screen. And if I go back into Amber here.
Music, The Lion King, original app switcher, Amber, app. Ingredients, button, voice, button, step 4 of close, button.
Close that. And then
say Amber next instruct placeholder, tab bar, circle. Check a box every add the onions to the circle. In my recipes, back.
We can also say stop cooking.
Select keyed oil, bookmark, image, selected, image, keyed oil, select cut hot dog, select thinly sliced.
Let me see here.
Say Amber next, serve over mashed potatoes, placeholder,
okay.
tab bar, my recipes,
go back.
My recipes. Do not dynamic island empty.
And now we've exited out of that. So that's a really, really cool app, and it just works nicely with our easy import from Safari. When we find a recipe in Safari, we can just bring it over there. We've shown you reader mode in Safari today. We've shown you how to add bookmarks. We've shown you how to search. We've shown you already previously how to fill out forms and autofill. And we showed you how to share tab groups. Remember, you cannot share the default tab group, but you can share other tab groups that you create. And then there are also Safari profiles, so that different people or different, you can have one for home and one for work and those kinds of things. You got to turn those on under your settings. And while we're talking about settings, let's take a look at a few Safari settings together.
Settings. Sounds and road emergency exposure, voice memos, phone, messaging, face, Safari, general, heading.
Just a few that I want to point out.
Autofill, button, favorites, button. Block pop-ups, switch button, on, extensions, button. Downloads, iCloud Drive, button.
That's where your downloads go.
Tabs, heading, selected, tab bar, button, single tab, button, landscape tab bar, switch button, on, allow website hinting, switch, open links, in new tab, button, close tabs, after 1 day, button.
That's one of the ones I wanted to show you because that's a feature that allows you to automatically close tabs that you're not using after a day. So it doesn't apply to the active tabs. If you use a tab on a given day, it's not going to close then. But if you have a tab sitting unused for more than a day, it's going to close. Now, you can choose whether it's a day, a week, a month. There are different options or not at all. But I like mine on a day because if I haven't used it in 24 hours, I figure let it close. I can always get it again if I need to. And then
allow Safari to automatically close tabs that haven't recently been viewed. Profiles, heading.
There's your profile options.
New profile, button.
So you create a new profile. You can start that out.
Profiles allow you to keep your browsing separated. You may want to set up a profile for work or school. Your history, cookies, and website data will be distinct per profile.
I wanted to let you hear all the instructions about that, and I interrupted it. Let's listen to what else it says there.
Your history, cookies, and website data will be distinct per profile. When you start using profiles, a default personal profile will automatically be created based on your current settings. You can create additional profiles, add a name and an icon to each, and also set custom favorites to personalize the experience.
Okay.
Privacy and security.
Then we have
prevent cross-site, hide IP address, require Face ID to unlock private browsing, switch button on.
That's very useful.
Fraudulent website about clear history and website data, but settings for websites, heading.
Yeah, that's really all I wanted to show you there. But you know, this is a useful thing to take a look at, of course. Now, we also talked about that we were going to do not just recipes, but also food delivery. We already did grocery lists. And, you know, you could use an app like Instacart for your groceries too, or other apps. I really like the Walmart app, and I do have that working with Siri. The other day we demoed it once and it didn't work, and then once and it did. Sometimes I think it just gets busy or something and it doesn't respond, but typically it works. But I want to show you a little bit of like if we wanted to go into an app where we just ordered food to be delivered. So let's look at
music, the settings, search, paid, meet. Double tap to one link home. Hey, DoorDash. Recent. Double tap to open app.
And the idea here,
Open app.
the idea here is
Double tap to open app.
how do we explore this app if we've never used it before? And there's, again, just places you always want to start. I already know how to use this app, but if I didn't, maybe I'd start at the bottom left and see if there are tabs.
Rate your Dasher.
Okay, I got to get out of this rating. I'll give this Dasher a 5-star rating from my last delivery and say submit. I'm not going to do individual ratings or comments. I'll do a 4-finger single tap near the bottom so we can get to submit.
Submit. But submit.
Okay, now I'm back to the main screen. See if there's any tabs at the bottom.
Tab bar. Selected. Home. Tab. Grocery. Retail. Browse. Tab. Orders. Tab. 5 of 5.
All right, we're on the home tab. Let's go to the top left and see if there's anything meaningful there.
Delivering to 41.
So it's got my address. I can change that.
Button. Image. Search DoorDash.
We can search for places.
Map. Button. Heading. Fast food. Desserts. Pizza.
All right, it's got categories here. Let's touch down more towards the middle of the page.
Burger King. See all saved stores. Porno plenty. Dash past partner. Average rating of 4.6. 106. Bullet. 8.2 mile bullet. 38 minutes. Bullet. $0 delivery fee over $12.
Okay, so that's a restaurant that you heard, Burger King, and then this Porno Plenty restaurant, which they could deliver in 38 minutes.
Get $5 off $20 plus. Get $5 off $20 plus. McDonald's. Dash pass partner.
There's McDonald's. There's a lot of other stores in this and restaurants in this. And if I pick one that I want, let's just use Burger King as an example.
Get Burger King.
Or we could have used Porno Plenty. They're a good restaurant too. But now we can just easily see that.
Tab bar.
Just takes a minute for these to load sometimes. And
Quickly
there we go.
Quickly add items from your past orders.
These are things we've ordered from Burger King before.
Whopper Register Junior. No tomato bullet, no pickles bullet. Add cheese bullet, medium French fries. $7.28. Last ordered on 10/.
So if I open that up, at the very bottom of the screen, I know there is
add to order. $7.
An add to order button. That's how you add it at the bottom center of the screen. But up higher are choices you can make.
Whopper register previously ordered options. Last ordered on 10 image. No tomato bullet, no pickles bullet. $7. Last ordered on image. No tomato. 7 removals. Optional. Select up to 6. Heading. Selected. No tomato. No onion. Selected. No pickles.
So you can remove these things. You can add things, And then if you keep going past the removals, there are additions.
Additions. Add Swiss cheese. Add onion rings. Selected. Add cheese. Add bacon. Add mustard. Add barbecue sauce. Would you like to add the side? Selected. Medium French fries. Plus $3.60.
It's already got that selected. You can change that to large. You can change it to onion rings. Then you have your preferences. And there's your quantity picker. You can adjust that. Add to orders at the bottom. So we'll close that. And here again, we can see what else was in Burger King.
Quickly add up WAP APC. Chicken fries, soft drink, large bullet Coca-Cola register.
So any of these things that we've ordered before, but if we keep scrolling, we get the whole menu, and the add button or the place order button is always at the bottom. These are very, very easy to use. We've already eaten lunch today, so I'm not going to do this right now, but very straightforward. The DoorDash app sometimes is a little bit slow. So when you choose something, just give it a few seconds to respond, but it eventually will. And if we go back, we could pick
Burger King, Porno
Plenty instead and see what they have today.
Back.
And their restaurant is more kind of an upscale place, but they also have some interesting recipes for things. So
select pickup.
So we have delivery selected.
Group order $0 featured items. Chicken bacon ranch pizza, classic cheeseburger, chana dal masala lunch, $22. Spinach mushroom burger, colossal burger, house made bean burger, garden salad, beer cheese and bacon burger, chicken bacon ranch salad, Greek salad, our Caesar salad, vegan pizza, antipasto salad, reviews.
And there's a lot of other choices. Those were just the featured items. We didn't even go to the main menu yet. We just saw the features. So any of these, it's how easy it is to use an app like this. In our area, we have both DoorDash and Uber Eats. And then there are also a few restaurants that use their own ordering system, but then they use DoorDash for delivery. So like we have a pizza place nearby, and actually that's how the Taco Bell and the Wendy's work too. You go to their app and you order from there, and it works with DoorDash. So these are pretty straightforward. So when you're exploring one of these, places to start, look at the bottom, see if there are any tabs, look at the top and see what's there, and then just try the middle and start swiping left and right. There's always a benefit to sort of starting at the top and exploring, swiping right, going further down, but you may not even need to, because you may find what you're looking for without having to do that. So that was a little bit about using some third-party apps today. We looked at several actually that were related to food and recipes and food delivery. And really, all of these apps are relatively accessible. I've used Instacart, and it does work. Sometimes, as I said, every once in a while you run into something where it takes a moment because they're large lists of items. If you're looking at a whole grocery store or a restaurant, or sometimes maybe a button might not be quite perfectly labeled, but you can figure it out. I had no trouble using Instacart to get groceries delivered to us when we went to Disney World. And, these they really do work well. So we learned a little about the experience. This is all about experience, right? And in these experience labs, we want to give you a chance to see how real world experiences actually work. And that's what we did today. We saved some recipes. We even imported a recipe into our favorite cooking app. We demonstrated how to use that app to cook. We did a pretend food delivery order. But we also, in doing so, we showed you a little more about Safari. We showed you how to work with tabs and tab groups, and as I said, bookmarks and all these kinds of things. So hopefully you're getting something out of this. I really like these labs because they give us a chance to show so much in such a short amount of time. I want to ask all of you to find this is going to be your assignment, but before we do that, I'll see if there's any other instructors here so we can unmute them and keep the conversation going and see if they have any comments. But your assignment you can be thinking about is to find your favorite, and I'm going to say, it's Thanksgiving, so I'm going to say a variation on a pumpkin pie. So maybe you find a pumpkin roll or a pumpkin crunch. If you're not a pumpkin person, you can find something else. I'm really a big fan of apple crumb pie also, but we were going to ask you to find some kind of a pie recipe to go along with our Thanksgiving meal here using Safari, doing a search, maybe save that recipe to your favorites. Ideally, you create a tab group for recipes. Those tab groups sync with iCloud, right? So they sync across all your devices. So when I pull up another one of my devices, that tab group will be there. And remember, you can share anything but the default tab group. So these other tab groups can be shared collaboratively with family and friends and stuff too.
I have a question about Amber. I was going to download it because you mentioned it before. So I have a cookbook that I did in Braille, and I would like to put it in. Can I put it in a file and put it there, or do I have to do each individual recipe?
So you may possibly have come up with the one way you can't import recipes into Amber. It's got a bunch of ways, but I don't know that you could import an entire file like that. You certainly could try it, but what I think might happen is you might end up with one recipe that has all, the whole thing together. I do know that if there's about any other way. If you can read it with your voice, if you can, there's a lot of different ways to do it, but I don't think one whole cookbook will work that way.
One other quick question, and I'll be gone.
Sure. No.
I saw in it has the pay like a subscription to use all those features. Do you need to have a subscription?
To be honest with you, I can't remember what was included for free and what was paid anymore. God bless you, everybody, and have a great weekend. And we will see you next time.
thank you again for joining Voiceover In&Out 2023. Didn't get your question answered? Need additional training? Send us an email at support@ttjtech.biz or support@stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with the U. That's STURITUP.com. I'm Trainer Cliff. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. God bless.